What's good, y'all? We back with another one. We brought something special for y'all young boys today. And girls. Don't forget. I think most of my viewers are girls. No cat. It is what it is. But my bad. We got a story time. Now, this one got something to do with me, but it don't got nothing to do with me. Right? Like I'm in it, but I'm not. It's not about me. Today we got one about my boy, the legendary nut himself, Sean, aka Shawnee Wop. Anyway, this is about the time my bruh, hate to say it, bruh wifed up the neighborhood Dottie. Or to say, stings a little. It does, it burns. But he did it. And I was talking to bruh a couple days ago. He was like, bruh, tell the story. I was like, you sure? Like, 1,000%, like you positive. He was like, yeah, go ahead and do it. I'm like, okay. All right now, bruh. If I do it, there's no going back. The people gonna hear it. He was like, do it. It is what it is. And he said, to be sure, y'all listen to me, be sure to tell him that I loved her. So, that's what I'm here to do. Now, let me take it back. This was about 4 to 5 years ago. We were 16 or 17, right? Now, like I've told in my other stories, there's up with this one. It also involves being at our grandparents' house. We up here for the summer, whatever. All right, now, when we get there, we there for a couple days. We at our grandparents' house for a couple days, whatever. Now, one day, things is cool. It's a regular old day. Bro goes downtown. By downtown, I mean he goes like into the actual like city part. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm staying back. He come back, right? Come back like 30 minutes to an hour later. I'm like, okay. Come back. I don't remember what I was doing. I was probably shooting baskets or something, just chilling. He come back happy, excited. I'm like, he can't wait. He come up to me like, bro, I just seen the baddest girl ever. And I was like, word? Like I'm listening to him. I'm entertaining him, whatever. I'm like, word? He like, yeah. I'm like, okay. He was like, I talked to her too. He's like, I got her number. I'm like,
boy, if you don't get...
Stop capping. Stop lying, bro. He's like, nah, because one thing about Sean, bro, he will cap. He's not afraid to cap. Like, at all. So I'm like, man, stop lying, man. You ain't talked to her. He's like, bro, I swear I did. He tells me, ask Rayvon. I'm like, okay. Ask him. He like, I did, I swear. I'm like, okay, well, what she look like then? I'm thinking like, okay, if she say she bad, it's probably like a 6 or 7. And then I'm like, all right. He was like, well, she had poofy curly hair. I'm like, okay, poofy curly hair, light skin, had like red tips at the end. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, y'all two beige people, y'all beige couple. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, he's excited. Like, he's talking about it. Like, been talking about it, like, non-stop. Talking about, oh, he got his girl, he gonna make her his girl, whatever. I'm like, all right, bro. A couple more days go, another day or two goes by, and bruh's like, He's like, all right, let's go back downtown. Now this time, I go with him. Bro, wait. I need some water or something. Bruh's like, I'm like, all right, I'll go with you this time. Let's go together. So, we hop on bikes, and we head down, make it do what it do. It's like 2 o'clock. It's like 2 o'clock. We get there. Lo and behold, we down there like an hour or whatever. We see the girl he's talking about. Like the girl he's talking about. He's like, there she go, there she go. I look and she's at like this ice cream store or whatever. And he pointed at her and I'm like, I can't really see her face yet, but I guess he knows because I don't know what she looked like. He's like, there she go. He calls her name. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, call her over here then. Let's see. Does it instantly, no hesitation. He goes, let's call her. We're gonna call this girl Ashley. We're gonna call her Ashley. So he goes, hey, Ashley. He goes, hey, Ashley. I'm like, okay. Turn around immediately. Now when she turned around, she starts like, she's with like 2 or 3 friends or whatever. Start laughing. She turned around and start laughing immediately, like giggling, and then walk over. Now I see her laughing, I'm like, bruh might know her, but she might be playing him. Like playing him off, like, oh, whatever, but come up, whatever, he talking to her, introduces me to her. If you don't stop. Anyway, walks up, introduces me to her, whatever, talking. And I ain't gonna lie, she wasn't a bad looking girl. I was caught. I told him that after we walked, like after we went and did our own thing. I'm like, get away, bro. Go. Get out of here. Always messing up my production. Don't come back over here. Anyway, she wasn't a bad looking girl. I'm like, all right. I'll give him his prize. I gave my man his prize. I'm like, okay. I see you. Can I help you? Oh my God. Man, let me tell y'all, man, off topic, but they disrespectful around these parts, bro. McFlurry is so disrespectful. Always getting in. Bro, don't come over here, bro. I'm trying to tell a story, bro.
Listen. I got one thing to say.
Hurry up,
Anybody
bro. 10
got
seconds.
something to say about my headphones? They not earpods. I never claimed them to be.
They fake.
They not. They skull candy. You hear me? Skull candy, true wireless. Look them up.
You could have did that on your own time.
No, I did it on
Next
your
time
time.
you come over here and jump in my video talking some foolishness like that, I'm gonna fade you on
And go
cam.
subscribe to McFlurry the Sauce Guy.
I'm gonna fade you on cam, bro. But anyway, I told him I ain't cutting none of that out. There's one take Drake around these parts, baby. But tell him, hey, bro, she cool. Like, I'll give you your props, whatever. He like, I know, cheesing all crazy. Like, I know. I'm like that. Settle down. He go, all right, we talking, whatever. And I'm like, so, what do you know about her? Like, he's been talking to her for a couple days at this point. I'm like, what you know about her? He don't know nothing. I'm like, bruh, what do you mean you don't know nothing? I'm like, all right. Now, this next part is where things get interesting. Because we go downtown to play basketball at the park. Like, okay. Wait. Before that, we go down there again the next day or whatever. He told her, like they basically came up with some arrangement to hang out the next day or something like that downtown. So I'm like, all right, bro. Go down there with him again, me and him. Chilling, run into her, bro. This time it's a totally different tune. She not with her friends or nothing. She all on my mans. All on him. Like, can't keep her hands off him. Kissing him. He going right along with it. Chasing. Ear to ear. Smile. Big as all hell. When he goes, she's all over him. And he's loving it. I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. So then, we downtown in like this pavilion area, like this open area. We sitting at these like picnic tables. It's just us. He talking a good game to her, whatever. Talking to her, whatever. Talking about they love each other, blah blah blah. I'm sitting there like, bruh, it is what it is. She start throwing it back on my man. Now, this was the second red flag for me. First red flag was he ain't know nothing, first off. That's the first one. Second one was how she was throwing it back. Now, this wasn't no amateur throwing it back, bro. This was seasoned, veteran. We've been here before. This is a walk in the park throwing it back. It went from novice to intermediate to advanced. She did it, bro. She was at advanced. Now, me, I'm thinking that. Him, I know he just sitting there thinking, oh, this what's up, whatever, da-da-da-da. Like, all right, cool. I'm sitting there just thinking. I don't tell him nothing until after that. So we stop hanging. We go our separate ways a couple hours later. I tell him, like, bro, the way your girl was throwing it back on you, I don't know, bro. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. That's my girl. You know, y'all know how it is. We all know somebody like that. So I'm like, whatever, cool. You like it, I love it. It is what it is. Then, now we're to the point where we go play basketball the next day. We get there, we hooping or whatever, and we talking to dudes. We talked to them once before or so like that, so we weren't complete strangers. But we're like, all right, bro, talking, and somehow the topic of his girlfriend come up. Well, his girlfriend, that this is girl at this point. Like, they've done it. They together. He's like, yeah, I'm with Ashley. Da da da. And he was like, and then everybody stopped. Like, I swear, bro, everybody stopped, and it's like, Ashley, like, light skin Ashley, curly poofy hair, thinking of a bowl of oatmeal Ashley. I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I told, bro. I was like, I knew it. He's like, yeah, you know her? I'm like, yeah. And anyway, they start laughing. Like, well, first they're like, that's your girl? And he was like, yeah. And they start laughing like, bruh, she done been with everybody in the town. And they're like, she done been with everybody, bro. She done try to talk to everybody. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm oh my God right there with him. But in my head, I'm like, I knew it, bro. I told you. It is what it is. He's sitting there like, he get mad. He like, y'all lying, y'all hating, da-da-da. Because like I said, we pretty much knew these dudes. They're like, no, y'all hating. He's like, no, y'all hating, da-da-da-da. She not like that. She would have told me, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And long story short, bro, I don't believe him. So we just hoop like it ain't happened. Now, after we leave them, I'm like, bro, it's true, bro. It's probably true. I was like, it might be true. He don't want to hear it. He's like, oh, it ain't true, da-da-da-da. So he texted her about it, whatever. She was like, he just texted her like he straight up confronted her though. He wasn't subtle about it, nothing. He was like, yo, I was just hooping with so-and-so and so-and-so, and they said that you get around. Excuse me. Bless me. They're like, yeah, you get around. He was like, that true? Bro, he's on the phone. Like, he ain't even text or called her on the phone. I'm like, bro, I'm sitting there listening to the whole thing. I'm like, my man's finna get broke, bro. I was like, she might lie. I don't think she will, though. She's like, they don't even know. She was like, I only been with like 4 or 5 people. I'm like, okay. I was like, maybe they're lying, bro. Because dudes do be exaggerating sometimes. Like, 4 or 5 people is like a lot to some dudes. They just be out here capping and just making stuff up. And I looked at it like, they might just be lying because they want her. Because like I said, she wasn't a bad looking girl. They might want her. They might be hating because they ain't getting none off her. Or she wasn't interested in them. So I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. He like, all right, just want to know. She goes, He was like, all right, but when we hang out tomorrow, we can talk about it or whatever. She's like, yeah, whatever. And then they start talking about whatever they talk about. And I leave the room at that point. Next day rolls around. We go back and we're at this park, bro. She shows up and she's like completely different. Like when I tell you did a full 180, bro. Full 180. She's acting like he's the worst person in the world. Like she wants nothing to do with him. Like every little thing he's like, even being in his presence is like irking her soul. Like she being mad short. She got a whole bunch of attitude. I'm like, man, both lost. Like what? What's going on? And he like, let me talk to you. Like let me talk to you over here, because she had a couple friends with her again. Like, let me talk to you over here. She like, nah. She like, no, there ain't nothing to talk about. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, all right, bruh. He come up to me like, bruh, will you try and talk to him for me? What's going on? At first, I'm like, no. Just like that, no. And then I was like, all right, bro, I'll do it. So I go talk to her. And like, at first she's kind of doing the same thing to me, and then I'm just telling her like, I tell her straight up, like, look, bro, I could care less, bro, about how you feeling, but I'm only over here because my man's asked me to, and that's my bro. That's it. Like, that's what it is. Like, you acting completely you acting completely different, and you acting phony than what you was a couple days ago. So that's straight up what I tell her. And then she started being cool. Like, then she started talking about like whatever, like da. She basically says like she don't know. She felt like he. Oh, bruh, what, bro? What is that? Give me your shoe. It's gone.
Where does it go?
Bro, it landed in my right here. We back. I don't know what it was, but it was, it freaked me out, bro. But she goes, oh, I felt like he was believing in da. He don't believe me. I'm like, well, he clearly said, okay, cool. And she's like, well, I feel like he think I'm lying. Whatever I say, well, talk to bro. Go talk. Tell him that. He'll understand. He'll be cool. She go talk to him, whatever. Then everything's cool after that. She act normal, how she did when I first met her. We hanging out or whatever, and then I leave him and her to hang out, do what they to get their little private conversation off. And then I'm just sitting back, chilling, talking to one of her friends. Just casual conversation, just talking, hanging out, whatever. Then everything's cool after that. Or so it thought. Fast forward, the night comes, we go back home, bro, come back home. Now, mind you, this is important. Bro got his phone taken away because he was acting foolish. I don't remember what he did, but he did something. His mom, he got in trouble with his mom. Mom was like, take his phone, whatever. So the night comes, we back at the crib, and she's like, call me. She's like, call me when you get there, whatever. Call. She like, I let him use my phone. She started acting funny on the phone again. Then, out of the blue, bruh, breaks up with my mans. He's devastated. But before that, she goes, I don't know what it was that made her mad, but he did something, or she just was looking for a reason to get mad and was upset. So I don't know I don't think he did anything, if you ask me, but then she goes, when we're done, I don't want to be with you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm like, leave her, bro. It's too many girls out here to do that. Too many. Too many girls for you to be out here stressing like that, bro. I was like, you've known Shorty for less than a full week. You've known her for 5 days. There's 7 days in a week. You've known her a business week. I'm like, just move on, bro. It's too many out here for that. Anyway, he taking it to heart. You would have thought he built and invested in this girl. Like he like you thought they was married. They've been together for some years. They got it. They've been together. They've been through some stuff together, bro. Way he acting. And then they in the phone call. I see bro hurt. He crying, bro. He started crying, bro. No cat. He cried. He cried, bro. I'm like, all right. He crying. I'm like, come on, bro. Pick your head up, bro. Don't cry. What you crying for? He go. He go just like this, bro. Everything I love, he go. I love her. I love her. When I tell you I almost fell out, I did. I wanted to slap the fire out of him. No lie. Thought he was tripping. I'm like, what? You love her? Stop it. And then I was like, okay, bro. You love her. Cool. He was like, bro, I gotta get her back. I love her. Like, at this point, he, like, convincing himself, like, it's getting, like, before, the first time it was just, I love her. Now it's, I love her. I gotta get her back. She the one for me. He's like, let me use your phone to call her back. I'm like, no. No. And then again, I was like, all right, bro. You my man, you my bro. I got love for you. I do anything for you. I'm like, all right, bro. Use my phone. Get on the phone. Call it back. He on the phone, giving it his all. I love you. Please, I ain't do nothing wrong. We're supposed to be together. And I can't really blame him, though, because she was talking a good game. Like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. You're such a good boyfriend. And so I can't blame him. He like, I love you. Like, that's crazy. I love you, you know, we supposed to be together. Whatever you told me, you love me. And at first she being a hard ass about it. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I don't care, whatever, like all girls do. Peak toxicity. And then eventually she come back around and she's like, all right, what we even break up for? He's like, please just give me a reason. At first I think she had somebody else with her because she was trying to play him heavy. She was trying to play bro heavy. And I'm like, all right, bro, I'm sitting there, I'm starting to get kind of hot. Like, not hot temperature-wise, but hot, like, mad. Like, bro, like, what you on? Like, what are you doing this for, shorty? And then she can't give him a reason why. And then one of her friends is like, hold on, let me talk to her. Her friend talked to her. She come back on a different tune. Talking about, I just had a rough day, I just got some things going on, whatever, Here go this fool. Oh, no. Before that, she goes, I got a boyfriend or something, to like leave her alone or whatever. So I got a boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And now me, I'm like, it's like the meme where like a shop, like boom, like, oh, what you mean? I'm like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. He's sitting there, he like, what? No, I'm your boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, all right, I'm lying. So now I'm like, not only now is she toxic, she's nuts. But she's also, she just be lying for what? She lie about, if she'll come up out the blue and lie about something like that, I'm starting to think like, maybe she was with all them dudes. Because if she'll lie about something like that, why wouldn't she? Definitely gonna lie about that. But anyway, her friend come, talk to her, or her friend's there, they hop off the phone for a second, it's like 30 seconds to a minute go by. She come back like, oh, I'm going through a lot, whatever, here go this fool. It's cool, baby. You know I'm here. You know I got you through anything. Come on, bro. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. No cap. But at the end of the day, that's cuz he happy with it. He bagged some cheese again, ear to ear. That's his girl. That's his lady. Da, 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 da. Damn. Things went left again, bruh. Then, oh, wait. We go to hoop again. And one of the dudes, we start hooping again. And I guess one of the dudes who wasn't there the first time we hooped was there the second time. And what happened was, we hoop him, and she's supposed to come. Now, I'm thinking, like, I don't know if this is a good idea, whatever, da-da-da. He's like, whatever, come on, da-da-da-da. All right, cool. We hoop him. Like an hour or so goes by. She show up with her friends, like 3 or 4 girls, so it's like 5 of them in total. Show up. Dude start acting a fool. And she start feeling away. Dude start saying like little slick comments here and there. And apparently, I didn't know this. One of the dudes there used to mess with her, and he called her out like, bruh, you said we lying about when we told bruh you was getting passed around like you was a neighborhood thotty. I was like, no. Cuz still not trying to believe it, bruh. Still not trying to believe it. She like, you lying, da-da-da-da. He go, you know you been with me. Say I'm lying like you wasn't just at my house 3 days ago. And I knew she was lying because I knew he got her because her reaction said it all. Her reaction told on her. Like if it wasn't true, she would just be like, that's not true. But or she would be like, what are you talking about? Da, 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 da. But she like froze, like she was stunned, like. And then I'm like, got him. Got him. Got her. Thought him his prime. But cuz sitting there, bro. You would thought somebody just tore his heart out of his chest. He's sitting there like, Faith, for real? Wow. He's sitting there talking to himself. Wow. He talking to Faith, for real? Like Faith, like he questioning himself. He questioning everything he believed. I'm like, bruh. He go, Ashley, for real, bruh? Like, you told me you was da-da-da-da. She was like, he lying, blah, 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 blah. And then he had messages. Now, to be fair, couldn't prove if they was her, it was her on the messages, or her friend. Because he did mess with one of her friends. So, we don't know, but she gets a pass for that one, but I don't know. But anyway, her and Cuz hash it out. Like, they going at it. Like, like everybody, they go off to the side. And I kind of go over by him, but not too close. Because, like, that's my cousin, bro. But they start going at it, barking at each other. Bruh, now this girl, she's ratchet as they come. Ratchet, 3 times. She started wanting to throw fade. She wanted to throw the fade. She started squaring up like Floyd. Now, I done seen her punch on somebody, bruh. And it was for real. So I'm like, bruh, Cuz better get up out of there. Cuz better get out of there. But he was dusting her. He took off on her. Because she was like, you're not about to swing on me, bruh. He's sitting there laughing, like antagonizing her. She started chasing after him. I'm like, here we go, bruh. They do that for like 10, 15 minutes, bruh. Then, after like 5 minutes of that, I see it ain't nothing serious, bruh. Talking to one of her friends again. Another 5 or so minutes goes by. I'm looking, I'm like, all right, where my cousin at? Where my bro? Bruh, get away from me. Get away from me. Oh my God. I can't record in peace. But anyway, Cuz is like, I'm like, where my bro? I'm looking, whatever. And at this point, I look for him for a minute. I'm like, he around here somewhere. He at the park. He like at the park area, and then there's a basketball court or somewhere else. I'm like, okay. There's like a little pavilion, like picnic tables and stuff. I'm like, okay, he around here somewhere. I started talking to her friends again, talking to one of her friends. And then Somehow a game of tag spark up. Now me, I'm never it, bro. Never it. And if I am, I'll find you. I'll hawk you down fast. But anyway, playing whatever. I go to jump in the slide, bro. One of those swirly slides that you can't see in unless you're inside. Jump in. Bro, in there, boot up. I'm like, bruh. In there, booed up in the middle of the slide. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Booed up in the middle of the slide, bruh. Didn't say nothing. Didn't say nothing until I got there. He looking at me. I'm looking at him. She looking, laughing, whatever. I'm like, bruh. Climb back up. I'm like, all right, bro, go down. They're like, no, we chilling right here. So I gotta climb back up. Climb back up the slide. I'm like, all right, bro. Whatever. I guess they made up, whatever you want to call it. We end up going back home, and guess what? They broke up like 2 days later, bro. Turns out she was sucking on dudes, bro. She had just sucked somebody that day. He found out, bro. Bro was heartbroken for a little bit. But it is what it is, bro. He should have listened to Cuz. Should have listened to Cuz. But at the end of the day, did what he wanted to do. Did what he felt he had to do. So it's crazy, though, because they ended up talking a couple months later again. But this time she told the truth. How she was the final boss. She was indeed thought of his prime. But that's it for that story, y'all. That's it for me. That's the story of how Cuz wife the neighborhood thought, bro. And almost. And it's crazy because Cuz was talking about. He was talking about some wild stuff, bro. He was talking about going in with no hat. If you catch my drift, you catch what I'm saying. But anyway, it's been your boy Kai. Back with another story time. I got some more stories, but I had to tell that one, bro. I had to tell it for Cuz, bro. Hold it down for him. But it's cool, bro. But it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Remember 2 things. Wear your mask, wash your face, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you want to, but the first 2 are mandatory. Like and subscribe. No cap. Tell your friends too. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, cousins, third cousins, second cousins, whatever you want to call anybody you talk to. Tell your neighbors. It is what it is. But until next time, it's been your boy Kai. I love all y'all, and I'm out. Peace.